Hello and welcome to my first mini-series, The Last Spell. I'm doing these mini-series in between the larger projects, and I am currently working on the new Dying Like the Beast series, and let me tell you, I think it's going to be crazy. I mean, I've gone with no parkour, but I also added something else in that, well, I won't spoil anything, but it does make it incredibly difficult. Anyway, these mini-series just give me a chance to put some content out, as given how genuinely little free time I have, the larger series are looking like annual things. That does mean these will be largely just gameplay with little editing, but that allows me to keep working on the larger projects alongside. So this game is fantastic, and I've played it a fair amount. It's one I come back to time and time again, as it has so much replayability. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically a strategy defense game where each level requires you to survive for multiple nights against swarms of creatures until a final boss fight. You get randomly generated characters and items. Then you need to buy, build, and strategize the rest, really. The skills for each weapon are what really makes it fun, though, and we'll see more of that later as we unlock them. Because it's me, we are going to try to play through the hardest difficulties, but it's one of those that you need to unlock the harder difficulties by completing the levels first. But I think there's a tutorial now that I think it makes you do it on new runs, so I'm just going to rush through that first. Okay. So yeah, that didn't go well. That's kind of the point. And now we see one of the key mechanics of the game, which is how we get upgrades outside of runs. So that's with lives gathered by killing enemies, and on the other side we have achievements. So surviving a certain number of nights, having DLCs, things like that. Our first actual objective is survive 2 nights in the first map, which I think we're going to quite easily do. So, omens are buffs we can pick. This is a good one for starting. Movement is good, and I'd prefer health. I think we could build some nice tanks with that. Now, let me wait. Hold on a minute. Now, we've not unlocked tweaking the difficulty yet, because this is our first run. All right, let's see what we've got. So she's a bit of everything. Resistance, don't really care about bag slots. I'm not one of those players. Okay, momentum, not great. Ranged, yeah, you make sense as ranged. Okay. Sometimes it's worth switching some things around. For instance, I don't think you having heavy armor is going to be particularly good for us. And again, you having medium is also not very good for us. You having those doesn't make any sense. Move those over. Actually, you can keep those. Yeah. Okay, I guess you get that back because I don't know where else to put it. Okay. So we could look at, well, yeah, let's take a look. We haven't finished looking at the characters really. So I'm just trying to move the armor around so that we've got decent movement on the characters that need to move a lot, and then a bit tankier on the shield, for instance, gives block, which is essentially flat damage reduction. And going on, obviously, our melee specialist, that makes more sense. It's worth looking at your upgrades. So the upgrades are different depending on the characters. So they can have different skills. More worth looking at as we level up. Not really, you know, you can sit there planning based off of what skills are available, what kind of character you want to build, but we don't have a choice right now, so let's just get into the first night. Now they can come, because it's from this direction, anywhere along here, but because it's the first night, it's probably just in the middle, so it seems to have been the case here. Now we've got very limited weapons this early on, as in like just the hammer for melee and just the wand and just the short bow. But as we progress, we'll get more and more, we'll unlock more and more weapons, actually have more diversity with our runs. But it is always quite fun to see how far we can get in the first run, because theoretically we can complete this city, which I think is 8 nights or something, with the first run, but it is extremely difficult because you have not only limited weapons but limited buildings. That's another mechanic in this, is we can build structures that will help us. The most important one in my opinion is the gold mine, because with gold we can buy better items in the shop and basically snowball a lot easier. Save some turns. They're not yet flooding in. I didn't really want that, to be honest. You can check where they'll reach. That was me just being a bit naive. No point going for the armored. Okay, hit the armored guy anyway. So there are resistances as well. So, for instance, these armored ones are more resistant to certain damage types, so it's best not to use those for this. Can you do it? Yeah, okay. Of course, this guy is more elusive and he can reach both of us, so kind of fuck that up a bit. There's a bit of health regen in between lives. Oh, and he didn't even. Okay. I'm gonna pull him back. Don't like how far away he's getting from the rest of the thing. Or she, sorry. This is... Oh, yes. I'd rather... Wow, can't hit that guy for shit. The night's almost over, so it's not terribly difficult. As I was saying, you can complete it, but without the complete this level, I should say, but without the weapons and any weapons or rather nor structures, it's extremely difficult. So we'll see if we can, but if not, then we should do well enough to unlock a fair few things. She currently just has higher damage, so it's better to send in. Yeah, that was not great. Okay. There are 3 enemies left. They haven't even come. Okay. This shows the total number of enemies remaining. She should be able to finish all of these off. Nice. Little bit of health regen. 9. Well, we did that perfectly. Killed 60 enemies. Took little damage. Got an S rank. And most importantly, in these nights, if the enemy never even make it to your city or near your city, there's no city panic, which means you get an item, a random item, and that's key. Without that, we are screwed, frankly, because they are usually slightly better tiered stuff than you can buy. I mean, you can buy that higher tier, but it's more expensive. So it's normally better quality loot, and that is what we're going to need if we're going to want to survive. So, okay, what do we got? The higher damage hammer, it gives dodge and reliability. Reliability just means that the minimum damage is increased, so you do more, like essentially less of the minimum, more of the max damage. Heavy Greaves with block. I mean, that's just a good tanky item, especially because it's got the tier 1, so it's, well, +1, sorry, so it's +1, which makes it very good. The blue items are rarer, so they're better in general, but I think we need the damage for now, because as tougher enemies come, we need her to be on the front lines dealing with them. Building 34 armor into her base stats be very useful. Armor essentially every turn fully restores, so it's almost like a shield or fake hit points. So every turn it comes back. So that would mean she could be in the front lines or wouldn't have to get away from the enemies every turn. She could stay up front. The damage is just always useful. Mana's useful, but her skills are not particularly valuable. She's only got this 1, and it's just not that great, to be honest. She can stun, has a high chance of stunning enemies. Just doesn't do much in the way of damage. So I think one of these, given we just took the damage, let's go for the armor. Try and somewhat balance it out. And again, more reliability. So yeah, increase minimum damage. Right, what do we got? Cheer's a nice one. Just buffs the damage of an ally in range every turn. You can use it. Sprint. I don't think we need sprint. We basically use health to move farther. That can be useful, just because we finish this. We only have 2 of these per turn. We're only allowed to use this twice per turn. Whereas this will restore 1 use. And we can do this a maximum of 3 times in the night. I'm going to go for the damage. I think buffing our allies' damage is useful, given neither of them are guaranteed to kill anyone with their hits. Their damage is not quite high enough to kill consistently. So if we up it, that would be good. Okay, as for the mage, we don't ever want him seeing combat if possible. Resistance reduction's good because it reduces the enemy's resistance to your damage. I think is what we'll take, even if it is only con. We can re-roll these, but if you re-roll, you lose an option every time you re-roll, so you end up with less and less choice. Crit power's good. See, fatality is what you want for the melee specialist, because it means when their health falls below a certain threshold, you can just, for free, without it costing anything, just kill them. Finish them off, basically. But it's only within melee range, so there's no point. See, again, cheer. We can all kind of circle jerk the cheer and we'll be right as rain. Damage is probably, again, we want to just up the damage. Momentum's useless, given she's got no skills with momentum. That just means that the more she travels, the higher her next hit does, but that's only useful for skills that actually benefit from momentum, which none of hers do. So we'll take the experience. again, cheer. I think we know what we're going to be doing then. So, we also have 2 workers. So every turn, depending on how many houses you have here and what level they are, you can do something. So you could clear out some of these ruins. You could, we haven't got a good example here, but if you had a building that had required a person to operate it, you could use it once per turn, or however many people you've got, I guess. Usually clearing them isn't bad because you get some gold, or you get materials. In my opinion, gold's always the better choice because materials are for building these walls or defensive structures. We have no defensive structures, so we could put some walls up, but it's normally if the enemy have reached the walls, it's, you know, by that point you've probably not lost, but you won't benefit that much from having the walls unless you're able to keep the enemies back. And I think having gold means you can buy more items and that, so you can usually keep the enemies back easier. I'd rather do that than rely on my walls to protect me. So let's sell that, switch that. Where's the long way? It's the same. That is a better shield. Also got these trinkets. Okay. I think we go for the better shield and then we save our gold because there's not much there that's very useful. On the bright side, and this is a little bit of a cheesy tactic, but you have this secondary weapon slot you can switch between. And I don't really use it much because I don't have... I know that you can, maybe those who are smarter than me, have a way of optimizing their build so that they can switch between different weapon sets. I just kind of stick with one, but I still make use of the second set because anything that has a, as you can see, this gives +7 block, and this one gives +7 block and +3 damage. Anything that gives additional stats to your, adds to your stats, if you put it into this slot, as you see, my block still goes up. So even though I'm not using it because I'm not switching to it, it just being there increases my block. So you can still, you know, same with the weapon, if you put it there, that gives +6 dodge and +7 reliability. So you can use those slots to give yourself more stats, basically. So one of the other things workers can be used for is clearing corpses. And the more enemies that die on or around a tile, the higher the corpse becomes. And if you have a really high corpse, you actually get an item for clearing it. Now, it's hard to say what we should prioritize, but I do think, given we want to be unlocking things as quick as possible, the tainted essence is how we do that outside of runs. That's kind of our universal currency. So this, giving, 22 tainted essence is really not much, but we can spend it here. I say outside of runs, I mean across all runs. So we can spend it during a run and it still applies, but it will apply to all of our runs. Okay. Now, not all weapons are built the same. Some of these weapons, in my opinion, are just OP. So the sword is one because of the momentum. Basically, if you build a character that has a lot of movement, which is not hard to do, the sword just does insane damage, especially given some of its skills are kind of about giving you movement. Giving you carrying you extra tiles, I should say. Like that one. And it hits... Sorry, that one hits 3 enemies and pushes you onto the other side. It's a very movement-heavy weapon, but it is very powerful if you can go down that route. The hand crossbow is harder. It's still a very powerful weapon. It's all about multi-hits. So you can target multiple enemies with it, or the same enemy multiple times, And by default, it only has 2 of those. So you click and it'll hit them twice, or you click one guy and then the other. But there are items, you know, equipment that you can get that give you extra multi-hits. So for any weapon that benefits from multi-hits, you can use it again. And you can imagine if you manage to have enough gold and cycle the shop enough times, you can buy a few of those. And by the end of the game, you could be using this kind of hand crossbow and having, you know, 5 or 6 multi-hits. And that is very powerful, given you don't have to use all of them on the same person. So you got an enemy with half health, you can finish him off and then spam the hell out of the other guy and kill multiple enemies in a single turn. And it can be very useful. The Tome of Secrets, in my opinion, is pretty shit. So that's what I mean about the weapons not being created equally. This is kind of the next tier of the magic side, and it's situational, but in my opinion, pretty shit. And then we get some of these DLC weapons, which the shield is fantastic. It's literally the definition of a tank that does damage dealing tank, because you have, not only does it, I mean, granted, it reduces your dodge, but the idea is you can just hit multiple enemies. You run up to them, particularly that, where is it? Well, there's a lot of these. Yeah, I mean, you can have a read of it, but it is a fantastic tanky weapon. The hand gauntlet's weird. I do think it's good, but it's quite hard to use. The cannon, I'm not a big fan of the cannon. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm just not a big fan of it. It uses 2 action points per shot, which is just a bit frustrating. This is, again, broken as fuck, in my opinion, but not quite as broken as maybe the sword, only because its hit range is diagonal squares, which is a bit weird. But it is still very good. The boomerang, I can't remember much about the boomerang. I have used it. It's okay, but it's quite hard to line up shots, I think, if I remember correctly. And this one, I also don't remember much. I haven't used much of in all fairness, I haven't used much of the elves weapon. Last time I played was not long after the elves came out. I tried a few runs with them, but I haven't done much of it. I think we need to get the sword first. I think it'd be nice to see how far we can get in this run. And that being said, given that, and this is a magic weapon, and the hand crossbow's good, but I do like the short bow is good. So to summarize, the hammer that we've started with is good. I'd say, I don't know, B tier. The short bow we start with is probably A, I'd say, or something close to, maybe B. But the wand is just, it's awful, D or something like that. This is similar, whereas this is good, or it's better. So I think we go for this. And we can't spend the rest, so let's just save it for now. Now we can't buy any of it because we haven't unlocked the re-roll on the shop, so we have to wait till next turn. Do kind of regret buying the new hammer, but we can put it in the back slot and still somewhat benefit from it. All right, let's save our money. This side's a bit annoying because the enemy come from either here, here, or here. I'm going to position, or they can come across this bit and this bit. So I'm going to position like so. Use the weird map against them. Yeah. Okay. I do think, given we can build a temple, it might be worth doing. So this will basically give us max health Yeah, I'm going to go for temple and I'm going to upgrade this. And I'm going to give us... No, I'm not going to... No. We're going to heal him and then we're going to destroy... this. Okay. Give us a bit of gold, clear some rubble, give us the opportunity next time to use our workers to increase the max health. I did not know the game did that. So if everyone, this is new to me, I don't know how long it's been in the game, but if everyone has cheer, oh, they've changed it. So it automatically casts cheer on the closest allied hero. But before it used to, you had to pick them. That is much easier to remember though, because it was something that was regularly forgotten, which is probably why they changed it. Okay, well, we know the drill. Unfortunately, all that talk about the new weapons, but we haven't got any. But now, all we can do is sit here and spam what we've got. And make sure they're not coming from anywhere else. No, okay. Because they will sneak past. Of course it's a miss. Well, at least she consistently kills them. You need that. You need somebody who will kill them every hit. Oh, there you go. With the cheer, actually, he's doing a good job now. Yeah, they can't get through her armor. One hit, rather. Can't get through her armor. Okay, we need to be careful because they're heading around. So see how many you can clear out. Maybe I can send that guy around. Come on. Didn't even kill that guy? Come on. Okay, there's only 29 left. I mean, we're definitely going to clear it without issue. It's around, I think, night 3 to 4 that things really pick up, in my opinion. Or, ooh, let's just do this for fun. That'll come back. They only cost 4 and we get 4. Regen. I haven't used them because we just haven't needed to, and I don't think there's much point using them. If you don't need them, we can clear this with what we've got. Of course. Of course. I mean, there's pros and cons to it being the closest enemy. I mean, it's automatic, so that's useful, but it's also not necessarily who I want to get the damage buff. Oh. I mean, we'll kill them all then. Really? 1 health? Survived on 1 HP. Okay. Again, easy. How many was that? Well, that's 67, so not many more. Oh no, not that number. Easy peasy. We got, again, nothing. So S rank, didn't even take any damage that time. Now they're coming from 2 directions, and we only have 3 people. So again, one of the structures you can build later is the inn, which allows you to recruit more. I think you can have up to 6, sorry. We can't do that. And that's a big issue because you can imagine there's 3 directions, which means there's a maximum, on this map there's 3, there's a maximum of 3 directions that can be coming from at any time. We only have 3 people. And imagine trying to clear that with 1 person on every side. It's why it's extremely difficult. Oh, okay, we got a gauntlet. Yeah, it's extremely difficult to win this without having unlocked much at the beginning. So let's see. We have got some unlocks though. Let's see what we've got. I mean, these have to occur because the mission is to survive 2 nights, and we've just done that. Okay, we've got the house. Now need to... the inn. Okay, there it is. If we can get to night 4, we can build the inn and recruit people. So we can do it. Steel hammer is just a better version of the normal hammer. Just does more damage and things. So maybe we work for that next. What else have we unlocked here? I'm not going to unlock any of these now. I mean, the shield is good, but I'd rather the sword. I'm happy with the short bow and I'm happy with the gauntlet, so I think we focus on getting more health. And then eventually build our way to more mana. Okay, so he's got that. Remind me, so it's more of... I know it's more of a melee... Yeah, okay. So he's basically a magic melee character. Which means we definitely need some more armor and things for him. Because if he's going to be up close and personal, we need to ensure... Oh, and that is a very useful one, just straight off the bat. Where did the person... Yeah, you. Don't need those leggings. You do. And you don't need that. He does, okay. I mean, that shield is not a bad idea. 15 health is not that impressive. This is also not bad. Reliability and accuracy. It is expensive, but I do think it's worth it. What's your accuracy? 0%. -4. Alright, let's put it on you. Reliability is mostly useful if the weapon has a big gap. This only has a 20 different damage difference. Well, this has only 19, so I guess it does make sense. Alright, you are going to be closer to the action, but you have now got a decent amount of armor for this level. Whereas you have negative damage. Your accuracy's okay. We're going to re-roll. Dodge, yes. Dodge is a good one if you're going to be up close. Ooh, the propagation. I think that doesn't benefit you in any way. Oh, it does. Sorry. Okay, wow. I forgot that skill. I will have to remember what that does. We'll find out. But that is definitely... I know for a fact that if we've just got another 2 propagation, we now have 8 here, which is going to be very good. This is just a great one. As long as you haven't lost... As long as you're not wounded, so not lost health, you have to reach a certain threshold. I can't remember exactly what it is, but 15 more dodge and 2 movement. The 2 movement's very important. Then I think we'll go for this next level because you can buy more at the same level. Resistance is always useful, but block is probably better. Nice. We got a lucky physical damage roll there. And another 11% she's going to be doing. I mean, the crippling punches are good, but I'll take 11% physical damage any day. Accuracy is just a good choice for anyone with a bow. I'll take the 5%. It's just better to have than risk re-rolling. Again, nimbleness. The 2 movement are more important for her, but it's all useful. So now we got to split them. And then now that we've got 2 kind of melee, that makes sense. But I think... Oof, it's a tough one because there's no denying that... Let's use their names. Kaya, Nils, I have no idea. Julia? Julia? It's probably meant to be Julia, isn't it? So there's no denying, I think, that Kaya is our best fighter. She can kill them consistently, does a lot of damage. She can take many out in a single turn. So it needs to be her and then the other two on their own. But the question is, do I split them in this way? Because this shows the number of enemies. This is going to have a tier 1 amount, and this is going to have a tier 2 amount. And the question is, are these two together better than her on her own? Might sound crazy. I guess now that we've got this guy, we're going to have to let him try. But I think these two together probably are better. But this area is a lot more spread out because they have these big kind of, fissures in the middle here. So trying to get around is going to be a trickier task. And she doesn't have the nimbleness. Or she does. No, well, she has... Yeah, he's got 10 movement. She's got 7. She's got 6 only. She doesn't need to move much with her bow. This is where we need to think a bit. There's also a slightly better short bow. I'm going to take it. Not got any... It's not, not anything amazing, but it's better. And I think we do need to take the better stuff as it comes. I don't think those heavy greaves are worth it. I do think this rusty shield is. The longer we can hold out on the front lines, if we need to, the better. And I'm actually just going to go all in with her. We are going to give him the other one, as opposed to putting it in there, which we could do. She does enough damage, I think, whereas he needs a bit more. Yeah, okay. Alright, before we carry on, let's spend our workers. Now we can increase the max health. Again, do we want to build... There is a benefit to building... I think you can go... There's not a massive benefit to building these kind of people into tank in their current state, because they're not really they don't benefit from being right in front of the enemy. There are skills such as poison ones that poison the enemies around you, so you literally stand in the middle of all the enemies and you kill them. And you also have skills like, I don't know, I think I saw somebody had the option of getting it. Spiky armor. Bitch. Yeah, of course it's the archer. Spiky armor basically means as they hurt you, they get hurt. So it's a very useful skill. If you want to build a pure tank, you could literally, if you can get both of those skills, is the dream. But if you get both of those and just stand in the middle of the enemy, you're basically just killing them just by being there. But if you're doing that, you need to build crazy armor and block and health. These characters I don't think really need the max health, so I don't really know why I built this, if I'm being honest, now that I think about it, because I was going to do that, but probably doesn't benefit me. Instead, we're going to just spend the workers on clearing out rubble. I think was probably better to have... Yeah, it's the same, I think, isn't it? 54, 32. No, actually. It only gives 46, whereas I would have got more from this. So I should have just cleared the 3 instead of the 2 and the 1. Interesting. I didn't even realize that. But we have now got the ability to build another house. So let's do that. Can we build another one? Yes. Houses, giving access to more people is just a good idea. And I'm going to even go as far as to just upgrading it in order to get more. Yeah, okay. All right, let's give this one a go. We're going to put this back. There. going to put you back a little bit. If we've got the resources, let's build something. Upgrade our current walls. And now let's just build a door here. Here. Yeah, I love that I've missed where the path is. Didn't even acknowledge there was a path, if I'm being honest. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Just something to pad it out a little. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, so they're coming, at least for now, up there. And these guys are coming over there. So we've kind of completely misguessed where they're coming. We could chase, that they'll keep going up. But more could come from down there. We can't even do anything. So we're just going to go to here and shield up. You guys... Oh, they haven't even got someone... There's not even anyone for that person to cheer to. Oh no, they cheer for themselves. Nice. Okay, let's... Yeah, let's get over there so we can hop over this. Don't tell me we could have done that here. No, okay. Yeah, that's the Thanos clip. Okay, we have just done exactly what I said not to do, which was run him into the middle without a solid escape route, but he's only two that surrounded him. Oh, okay, we got some of our first... Great, we did take damage. Some of our first kind of new enemies here, which is the fucking bird. That thing is very annoying. Okay, so I'm a bit worried because he just doesn't have the movement to catch up with a lot of these. I'm going to put her there so she can only be attacked in two directions. You need to clear up some of these. Go for the stragglers around the edges. Ooh. I'm kind of tempted to see what his skill does. Wait, so that doesn't even cost any... Okay, I am remembering this now. Yeah, that is definitely... That's definitely strong. So that doesn't cost any mana to do. And because we've got an additional 3 propagations, it's hitting a lot of enemies. Okay, so this left side is... We are clearing them out. I'm really thinking I need to try to get her over here, but it's going to take 1, 2, 3. It's going to be like 4 odd turns. And in that time, this is going to look... This whole screen's going to look very different. She is not that. She is not going to be able to fight off all of these. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to have to leave. That wasn't smart. I should have fired first and then left. I gain nothing by doing it that way. You can undo. Wait, can't I? Yes, okay. I forget that. Although I don't like using the undo, because that's kind of the whole point is... Alright, you know what? We're not going to use the undo. I know I've just used it, but we're not going to use the undo anymore. Because... And I fucked myself anyway because I was... didn't get as far as I wanted to, so... Yeah, we're not going to use the undo anymore. Okay. Oh. Okay. We might not get our perfect finish this run, this night. I don't really have a choice but to clear out these enemies. Even though I really want to go clear out those enemies. Again, I made that mistake. Should probably be using the second skill. So I am not doing a great job right now. I'm kind of panicking over them getting over here. Ah. Okay, we can stop him. Okay. Kill all of you. Click you. And you. And you. And you can't do anything, can you? No. We could have used a skill for her and probably killed it. Okay, see, them even hitting the walls does slightly increase the risk, but it's not as bad as them finishing a turn in here, which is what they're about to do. So we need to kill them. Okay. Okay, now that she's here to help, this should drastically improve our position on this side. This one is actually thinning out. Never mind. I was going to say it was looking quite bad, but... like, yeah, it's not. Ah, great. So we did miss. Wait, that reaches 2 tiles? I did not realize... Wait, what? That's more than... No, it is. Yeah, 2 tiles? I did not notice that, if I'm being honest. Okay, he's making a run for it, which I'm not a fan of. So you're going to propagate these guys. No, he can hit across as well? I did not realize that was that good. Okay, we did destroy a bit of furnishing there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. Yeah, close enough. Okay. We actually did manage to finish it. Perfect in the sense that we did not... How many was that actually? That's 61, 76. Yeah. As long as it's under the first exclamation mark, it's kind of a perfect night because we still get the item. That's all that matters, really. Okay. Back to one side, which is what we want. Doesn't matter that it's 3. How much better is that? The same, but we do get the buffs. Whereas this and this, yeah. Yeah, we're taking that one. Okay. I'll take the crit chance. That's always good. That is not useful for you. Oh, physical damages. Okay, so we've got 5% extra damage. Or the XP. XP might not sound great, but it is pretty good. I'm going to take 5%. That's really not much, but it is useful nonetheless. 8% more damage or a decent amount more health, but I don't think you need the health. I think we're going to keep you... So what is this? We've not got anything that stuns, have we now? Yeah, none of those are very good. That's a hard one actually, because what does this do? That's a big block of damage. And it's unblockable, which is important, but it is inaccurate, very inaccurate. And how much does it cost to do? 6. So if I can only do it once now, but if I get this, I could basically do it twice a night without any real issue. That will be very useful later, whereas the crit power is good, but it's not the difference. I think it's better to go for that. I think we take the 6% damage. I think mana is good, but I think that mana regen is significantly better. Whereas accuracy... we risked it. Alright, crit chance is always decent. What's your difference? Oh wow, that's a big difference between your min and max damage. So yes, reliability is definitely going to be useful there. See, I don't like any of your... That's not bad. As long as you don't move, you get increased range and accuracy, but we do have to move fairly frequently. Mark is good. I just never use it, is the truth. I'm going to take the XP. Leveling her up more frequently is valuable. He's fully healed, which is good. Okay, let's see what we've got 973 tainted souls to play with, which is good. Can unlock a few things with that. Okay, the gold mine. That's what we want. And I'll finish unlocking that. Okay, gold mine changes the game quite a bit. We now... offhand sword, not so good. Otherwise, we would be taking that. This is not a great pull. So, I mean, although the one skill range is actually very useful because, believe it or not, that applies to almost everything other than melee range. That doesn't mean it... for instance, this guy's is not melee range. His range is 1 to 2 there. Meaning his range would increase if he had that. So that is a very good trinket to have. But I'm not going to take it because I think we need to, as I said, switch over to start building gold mines, because this is where we actually make money. Now, ideally, we would upgrade this. We would upgrade both of those, ideally. And we can... We need a total of 80 gold, which means we need 31 more. How much do we get for these? 16. Oh, okay. So 2 of those would be enough. So let's do that. And now let's upgrade you and do that. That's given us 40 gold. Annoying amount of gold because we need 2 workers to operate this, but we've only got 3. So if we use one of them on this, it won't give us quite enough. We'll be on 57 gold, whereas we need 60. Because my hope is to use 2 workers for this at the upgraded production level, but we just can't. That's not true. Okay, yep, no, wait a minute, that's not true. We can do this. We do 1 on you, and then we do the old classic of selling shit and then basically buying it back after. And the first thing I always like to start with is armor of the people who aren't involved. So we can now upgrade you, spend it on you, buy back for the exact same amount of gold. It's literally a loan. And now we've done that. So we can build one more, and we will next time. Okay. This is looking decent, and if we survive this night, we get the inn. So we need to save our money for next term. And then we should be able to buy the inn and hopefully buy a person. Both of those things are expensive, so whether we could do both in the one, I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, we're going to put you on this side. We need some more coverage. If they're at this stage, them coming from a single side, they will not all be here. They will be spread out probably the entire way. So we're just going to we're gonna position in the middle, but we're going to be prepared to run to both, well, to either end. We will build a few more defenses. Start with the doors. Kind of wish I hadn't. Oh wait, no, you can destroy that. Yeah, that's fine. All right, where are they coming from? Okay. Right, they are really spread out. Alright, you're gonna make your way down this way. Yeah, albeit you didn't get very far. You're gonna stay central. Okay, at least everyone is consistently killing enemies with each hit, which is nice. You've got a lot of movement, which I love. And you can do this, which I also love. And wait, why can you reach so far with that? Vision. Why is his vision up so much? Did I miss something? Okay, well, you know what? Don't ask questions. I'm happy with that. Every 6 enemies hit with the gauntlet. Oh, I see. Every 6 enemies hit, you get that. Okay, I've forgotten a lot of this. Okay. Yeah, that's... He's got a lot of armor, that. She's got a lot of armor. Okay, we can't do much else, but they should be interested in coming over now. Beautiful. Okay, that looks okay. Okay, we need to stop that guy. Really? Don't know why I kept him in the same place. He could have easily moved. There's a fair few mounting over here. And she's not doing a great job anymore. Okay, they're closing in. Now they are pushing at a faster rate than we were able to clear them for now, but it's very quickly going to stop, given there's only 46 left, 45 now. Come down here. Don't end the turn, that was a good turn. 33. Yeah, we're okay. That's a bit annoying, them being up there. But nothing we can't deal with. Did you just miss 2 in a row? Fuck's sake. Okay, nice. Desperately running away. Okay. That's you dealt with. That's that side all cleared up. Now we just need to clear this side next, which we are very nearly done. You need to come back here because you're just running away. And I don't know why I went that way and not the other. Okay. Wow. Okay, we can... Oh, they're not connected. Okay. Fuck her. I had to do it, didn't I? Okay. Nice. Okay. Oof, that was getting a little uncomfortable, but still not there, and a lot more killed. We're maintaining those S's. Okay, now we're getting split and there's 3 here and 1 there, but I think we've got our in. Whether we can get the person, we'll find out. Okay. There it is, the inn. Nice. And we're going to be unlocking more stuff soon enough just by doing what we need to do. On this side, Scavenger Camp is a bit like the material version of the gold mine, but it's just shit. I mean, materials just do not hold up. Okay, this, however, shop rerolls does. 3% damage for 300 souls is a bargain. We've unlocked things like axes and pistols. These are all good. We'll worry about them when we get to them. For now, we've got our runs build, so let's not waste time on that. Oh, 25 armor. I think we have to take it, but these are nice pants as well. 14 armor, 3 block, 5 dodge. I think we have to go for them, actually. Although that said, I probably should have waited until we recruited. It's got to be the offhand every time, but we can re-roll now for a small price. Okay, in. Yeah, it's expensive. It's pretty damn expensive. There's not really much else to say, but we can hire someone. And we have enough to hire whoever the hell we like. So we've got an elf in here. A dwarf who comes with a sword. This guy comes with a sword as well. Okay, let's see what they do. Warrior is generally just a good one. Reliability also. No left hand. Okay. So basically she could be a swordsman with no shield. Not terrible at all. 6% damage. 6% magic is useless. 1 movement point is valuable for a swordsman. But he's also a dwarf, whereas she's an elf, so she already has 1 movement. No, wait, that was her gear that gives her. Yeah, well, the race, yeah, I mean, the race minus is 1, so that's what I mean. It doesn't help. Again, 1 movement, 10 movement, and 3 physical damage. That's not bad, but it's not that great. Also, level is something to consider. He's level 5. He's level 2. He's level 3. He's currently my favorite. Even if this skill is completely cancelled off and ironically just gives a debuff of dodge. No, I don't even want you. No. No, I don't want you either. So, we're taking Argorvalin. Yeah, we're taking Argorvalin. But we will get him and see how he performs next time. He's got our first swordsman, which is an awful sword, and unfortunately there is no better swords, and we have no money. Well, we can get some with that, but anyway, we're gonna leave it there. We'll see how much farther we can get in this run, and see if maybe we can complete the level with our first run. But thank you for watching. This has been the first episode of these mini-series. So hopefully you enjoyed. A little different, but hopefully you stay tuned.